Jonathan? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, as long as here, yeah. When I went to go try to find Mayan, it wasn't scheduled for today either. I had to go through ThinkWave for Mayan, which is weird. I normally don't have to. So I must have messed this one up somehow, but thankfully we've all got in here and was able to find it and it worked. So that makes it a little bit better. But yeah, I think I messed up this one somehow by the date because I don't see it on my Zoom meeting. So yes, we're getting at Faith C and we're opening to chapter 9. Chapter 9, which is page 63. Jonathan. Yep, Save at Sea, page 63. It rhymes today. Okay, so page 63, chapter 9. A change in the lighthouse. So, it seemed a long time before my grandfather came back, and then he only said in a low voice, "You can bring him in now, my lad. She knows about it now." And so the mournful little procession moved on through the field and garden and towards the miller's house, my grandfather and I following. I shall never forget that night, nor the strange, solemn feeling I had. Miss Miller was very ill. The shock had been too much for her. The men went back in the boat to bring a doctor to the island to see her, and the doctor sent them back again to bring a nurse. He said he was afraid she would have an attack of brain fever, and he thought her very ill indeed. My grandfather and I sat in the miller's house all night, for the nurse did not arrive until early in the morning. The 6 children were fast asleep in their little beds. I went to look at them once to see if my little Timpy was all right. She was lying in little Howie's bed, their tiny hands fast clasped together as they slept. Tears came fast into my eyes as I thought that they both had lost a father, and yet neither of them knew anything of their loss. Aiden, you reading? Think of that. You figure every other week they would go, or every other month they would go in to get supplies on a Friday. So this could have been grandfather and Alex's turn to go in. Jem went in, and he said right before he left that he knew that he was saved and going to heaven. But did grandfather and Alec know that? No. So it was kind of good that it was Jem's turn to go instead of grandfather's at that point. Jonathan, we are on the top page 65, and we can continue reading. No. Middle of page 65. Can't you? That's fine. No problem. Well, I don't need to know. I don't know. Encouragingly. That's a big word. Encouraging. Well, it means that they encourage, but they added an ly. Encouragingly. One sorrowful day, my grandfather and I were absent for several hours from the lighthouse, for we went ashore to follow poor Jem Miller to the grave. His poor wife was unconscious and knew nothing of what was going on. When after some weeks the fever left her, she was still very weak and unfit for work. But there was much to be done, and she had no time to sit still, for a new man had been appointed to take her husband's place, and he was to come into the house at the beginning of the month. We felt very dull and sad the day that the Millers went away. We went down to the pier with them and saw them on the boat, saw them on board the steamer. Miss Miller, the six little children, and the servant girl, all dressed in mourning, and all of them crying. They were going to Miss Miller's home not far away in the north of Scotland, where her old father and mother were still living. The island seemed very lonely and desolate when they were gone. If it had not been for our little Sunbeam, as my grandfather called her, I do not know what we should have done. Every day we loved her more, and what we dreaded most was that a letter would arrive some Monday morning to tell us that she must go away from us. Dear me, Alex, my grandfather would often say, how little you and I thought that stormy night what a little treasure we had got wrapped up in that funny little bundle. The child was growing fast, and the fresh sea air did her great good. Every day she became prettier and more intelligent. We were curious to know who was appointed in Jem Miller's place, but we were not able to find out even what his name was. Captain Sayers said that he did not know anything about it, and the gentlemen who came over once or twice to see about the house being repaired and put in order for the newcomer were very silent on the subject, and seemed to think us very inquisitive if we asked any questions. Of course, our comfort depended very much upon who our neighbor was, for he and my grandfather would be constantly together, and we should have no one else to speak to. My grandfather was very anxious that we should give the man a welcome to the island and make him comfortable on his first arrival. So we set to work as soon as the Millers were gone to dig up the untidy garden belonging to the next house and make it as neat and pretty as we could for the newcomers. I wonder how many of them there will be, I said as we were at work in their garden. Maybe only just the man, said my grandfather. When I came here first, I was a young unmarried man, Alice, but we shall soon know about all about him. He will be here next Monday morning, Miss Knight. It's a wonder he hasn't been over before, I said. To see the house and the island. I wonder what he'll think of it. It'll be strange at first, poor fellow, said my grandfather, but we'll give him a bit of welcome. He had a nice bit of breakfast ready for him, Alec, my lad, and for his wife and bairns, too, if he has any. Hot coffee and cakes and a bit of meat. Anything else you'd like. They'll be glad of it, Aunt Crossing over here. So we made our little preparations and waited very anxiously indeed for Monday's dinner. So if you haven't already, take this couple minutes to write 2 sentences about our stays at sea, and I'll come in a couple minutes. I will ask us what we wrote for our sentences. Jonathan. Okay. Make sure we look for it, because otherwise we'll have to redo it so you can hand it in to me, okay? If we can't find it, we'll have to turn 7, 8, and 9 to me so far, so. Okay? Aiden. In a couple minutes, I want to give Affendale a few minutes to finish his. Okay, Aiden, what's your 2 sentences? Very good. Affendale, are we still working on ours? Okay. So when you're seeing it finished, read it for me, okay? Jonathan. Sometimes it's just the way they're made. Because some dogs have long ears, some dogs have shorter ears, some dogs have ears that stick straight up, some that have some that come down. So depending on what type of dog it is. Yeah, that's just the way the guy made them, and for whatever reason, that particular type of dog needs longer ears. Where my sister has a dog that has like really short ears, and like one will stand up and one will come down. Yeah, I like those ones. I like when they one ear's up and one ear's down. It's cute. And then it'll like switch it. So both of them are supposed to be sticking straight up, but Okay. ILL and then Ness, Ness. Okay, so the only thing is Jem never came back. Jem died. And Mary's not his mother. Mary was his wife. Because they're not actually using names sometimes, except in those ones. But Jem is grandfather and Jem were two different people. Grandfather had Alec. Alec was grandfather's grandson. They were one family. Jem and Mary, with their 6 kids and the servant girl, was another family. Because you're combining both families as one, and they're not. So Alec and grandfather lived in one, and then Jem and Mary lived in another. Jem died. Mary was Jem's wife. So make sure we change around the people in that sentence, okay? Aiden. Well, Mary's name was in there, the name of his wife. Yep, Miss Miller thinks his name is Mary. Right from the chapter before. Yeah. Yep, when you're finished, you can sign off. I will see you tomorrow, okay? Yep. Jonathan. Oh, so are we excited about that? Yeah, I'd be excited too. So if you're finished your work, Jonathan, you can sign off, but please do make sure that your mom uploads the work to me. I'm gonna text her my email now, okay? So that she can have her email the work to me. So that I'll also have her email and I'll be able to put her in the class there just so she can also get all the messages, okay? So if you're done, you can sign off. After if you're done, you can sign off also. Yes, we have school all the way to Friday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Next Friday, because it is Good Friday and a holiday, we won't have school. So we're going to break. We have all this week. So we have tomorrow, Thursday, then we have Friday, then we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Because it's the day that Jesus died, and even though like it looks like it would be a bad Friday or a sad Friday, but if Jesus didn't die, well, we wouldn't be able to go to heaven. So to us, it was, even though it wasn't the best time. It definitely wasn't a good time for Jesus, and it wasn't the best time in history, really. But for our salvation, that had to happen. So for us, the Good Friday, and then also we know that on Sunday he rises again. Most Good Fridays have been rainy. I think there might have been only one that actually was partly sunny, but almost every time that we had Good Friday, almost that I remember, it was always raining. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye. See you tomorrow. Yes, I can go. Okay. What is it? Okay, that's a better one. Good job. Are we finished for the rest of the day? No, Alec is the kid. I don't know. But it's okay. So at least from here on out, you'll know which one it is, right? Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow. Good with everything else? Okay, have a good rest of your day, okay? Bye.